Because what that does is that gets you repeat buyers that know that this is what you sell. On eBay, they have the opportunity to subscribe to your store or love your store so that they get updates about when you put stuff in your store. And when that happens, they're going to always be checking, just like repeat customers go to the same store on a regular basis to get different things that they know that that store is going to have. So when you have a store that's niched down, that gets you repeat customers. When you have a lot of the same type of thing, that gets you bulk orders where they're going to buy a lot of the same type of thing. For instance, I have a lot of cats that buy cars from me in bulk because I have different types of deals that I do and I give them a shipping discount. You can create these type of deals when you have a lot of the same thing in your niche in that store, and they know they can come to you for that. So that's very important to do because it creates repeat customers and it creates the opportunity for bigger bulk orders. It happens in each one of my stores. The media store, they'll buy multiple DVDs at once, maybe multiple books at once. The car store, they'll buy multiple cars. Hats, they'll buy multiple hats. The sports store, recently somebody bought multiple sports items anyway, of different types of sports items. But you see it a lot with them buying polos together and all that kind of stuff. That's why you want to niche down, so that they can buy a lot of the same things and so they can come to you on a regular basis. That's why you want to have the niche down stores. They don't want to have to look through a whole bunch of different type of crap, like in an everything store, to find the stuff that's the same. They want to keep seeing stuff that's the same. eBay also allows you to create bulk coupons with bulk discounts when they buy a certain amount of items. Like I know in the media store right now, I think I'm running a coupon that's buy 6, get 4 free. On the card store, they sell cards and comic books. So I got a deal going, buy 6 items, get 4 free. So they end up with 10, and I'll lower the shipping costs for them so they're not getting charged a separate shipping for each thing. You can put all that stuff together, refund them some of the money, or create a separate invoice for them to be able to buy it with the shipping costs all together that is going to charge them. Those are definitely different videos and advanced type eBay stuff for another day, and we will get into that. But right now, you need to find your niche so you can benefit from creating those repeat customers and creating those bulk deals. Hey, what's up, y'all? First off, all glory go to God, none of me. It's your boy Justin Rifka Douglas here with another flexible income stream video for you. Today, continuing what we're talking about, we're going to talk about how you can find your niche on eBay. Because when I was posting videos about various things and streams of income that I do as an entertainer to be able to take care of my family still and still have the flexibility to act and do my music full time, what people were most interested about is they were interested about eBay. So we're continuing along that path today. How to find your niche on eBay. But first, before we move further, I want you to like, comment, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell so that you can be notified whenever I post a video on YouTube. My channel is all about showing how, as an artist or entertainer, you can still pursue your dreams and do all that good stuff and pay your bills and things. So I share videos with me rapping, doing spoken word, with me acting, performance-wise, so you can see I'm legit as a performer, multi-talented performer. But at the same time, I post videos so that you can know how to take care of yourself and take care of your family while doing that, sharing some of the things I do. And like I said, eBay is a big stream of income for me and my family. I'm always able to look to eBay to pull out them payouts, you know what I'm saying, when I need to do certain things and all that good stuff to take care of stuff and pay bills and all that. So this channel is all about showing artists and entertainers, singers, rappers, spoken word artists, actors, actresses, whatever you do, how you can do that, and opening your mind to some things you may not have thought about as to how you can pay your bills flexibly by creating your own schedule and all that good stuff. I've already created the HBCU channel. I talk about that in other videos you can check out. So you can go over there and subscribe to that channel if you started following me because of my HBCU content. I won't be posting HBCU content on this channel anymore, but you can check out HBCU content over there because that's your place for all that. That particular channel is called HBCU Culture Channel if you want to tap in with me over there for your HBCU needs. Just as a little update before we really get into it, As you know, you have to have different streams of income regardless of what you do in life, but especially as an entertainer, because you never know what will happen. Well, one of those last forms of streams of income that I've been putting together is that business, that personal business you come up with that you can do flexibly. I've been making progress with that. And as I told you, I was going to give you little updates along the way. Well, the business is established. I actually finished working for my first client last week. I was doing the store's work that I was working for, the service I was doing all last week. So that's going well. So in future videos, I'm going to talk to you about that, how I built a business through Zen Business and was able to get clients and all that good stuff, taking you step by step on how I was able to get to that point. Right now, we on that eBay. I also have a second client that I'll be beginning work for in the near future as well. We still have to earn out the details and all that of the deal and all that good stuff, but I'll be starting for them pretty soon as well within the next few weeks. So that's going good. God is good. Let's get into the content. How do you find your niche on eBay? Well, really, you don't find your niche. Your niche actually finds you. Niche, however you want to pronounce it. Niche. Different people say it different ways. To find your niche, what you want to do is you want to start out when you start out on eBay selling stuff you know the most about, which those things would be things around your house that you maybe want to get rid of, or things that you were going to give away to the Goodwills and the Salvation Armies and the Purple Hearts and all that. Well, you can sell that stuff on eBay to make extra money at first and to train you how to do things properly on eBay. After you sell these things around the house, you want to decide and look at what things sold the most. So you want to go back in eBay, look at the things that sold and see what sold the most. With me, there were certain things that sold the most. There were certain things that I was comfortable with selling because I had a lot of it. It actually took me about 2 years before I knew what sold the most on eBay. For me, and initially I thought I was going to be like a Walmart type eBay store or whatever, which is an everything store. You don't want to be an everything store, but everybody basically starts off as an everything store. But what I noticed sold the most for me after 2 years on eBay, or about 2 years on eBay. Yeah, it was 2 years. It was trading cards. It was comic books. I had a lot of trading cards and comic books from when I was a kid as a collector. Still collect them now, but I collect them to sell now. Plush and action figures, which is toys, the toy category. Plush and action figures, had a lot of those as a kid, all that good stuff. Also, sports apparel, which is like teams, MLB, NFL, NBA, NHL, MLS, things like that. Those items that people wear, t-shirts, pants, not t-shirt, you don't want to mess with t-shirts unless they're vintage t-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, all that good stuff. Sports apparel for teams that fans wear, NBA, NFL, MLB, that type of stuff. That was like what was selling the most on my stuff, and hats. Whether those were hats that were, sports hats, which is good to get into. Like I talk about the sports apparel, which kind of goes into that category. Or if those were different types of hats, just various hats like Kangos, cabbie, newsboy hats, all that kind of stuff. Skater hats, plane hats, action figure, comic book hats, things like that. I like to apologize in advance. Y'all might hear my 1-year-old in the background making noise and crying, all kind of stuff. His mom trying to put him to sleep, and he don't want to go to sleep. We just got from church a little while ago. So you might hear him, but y'all understand because a lot of y'all parents, that's how it be sometimes. So I don't try to necessarily get them to be quiet to have a perfect video, but that's not real life when you're entertaining and when you're running businesses and all that kind of stuff. You got kids and you got family. And, I'll be wanting y'all to see that in real time. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of what's going on, you still got to do what you got to do. Oh, I forgot to add, another big thing that sold on a regular basis was media. I still collect DVDs, books don't do too well, so I wouldn't put books in that category. But CDs and DVDs, selling those do well. Video games sell well if they sold cheap. I'm trying to get away from video games because they don't sell as frequently as I like. But definitely DVDs and CDs were selling a lot for me. Now, all these things that I recognize sell well for me and sold a lot, that may not be the case for you. You may have another audience or whatever. But those are the types of things that found me for as finding my niche. Next thing you want to do once you find your niche is you want to find those things or locate, pinpoint those things out of the things that found you, that you have an abundance of yourself, or there's an abundance of those things in your area, because eventually you're going to get low on your supply of things that you can sell that are in your niche or whatever, then that's when you want to see what is in my area. In Iowa, they're not going to have the same thing in abundance that they have in Texas or that they have in Georgia that you can get at specific places. And we're going to talk about in a little bit where you can get your inventory once you've located your niche and know what to keep selling, because it's selling a lot and it's selling for good money. For me personally, I noticed that the sports apparel definitely could get a lot of that. The media, like DVDs and CDs, definitely could get a lot of that. Cards, trading cards, I definitely could get a lot of that as well. And the hats, definitely could get a lot of that. So those are basically the 4 categories that I've narrowed down to that found me and was like, Justin, sell this, sell me, because we sell well and we sell on a regular basis. Also, out of those things that you locate that you're going to sell from a niche that found you, you want to figure out what has the best 90-day sell-through rate by looking at the eBay solds, which if you look down my feed, you can see a video that shows you how to locate the eBay sold, so you can know that you want to sell those things with a high sell-through rate, closest to 100% sell-through rate as possible. I say 50% and up, because you're not going to be able to find everything that's 100% sell-through rate to be able to meet your daily listing goal. But you will be able to find things that are 50% sell-through rate and above in the 90 days. The next thing you want to look at to kind of break it down, niche it down a little bit more, is the profit margin of those things. Profit margin is how much you pay for the item as opposed to how much in comparison to how much you can sell the item for. A little profit margin advice: you want to definitely keep your buy costs low, but bear in mind that the cheaper items that you buy for what they sell for when you look in eBay solds, the more you're going to have to list and the more you're going to have to sell to make decent money per month. The higher priced items sell for, then the less you're going to have to list per month and the less you're going to have to sell on a regular basis to make decent money. Based on the research I've done and the people that I follow and learn from, it's best to pick items that are going to sell for $20 plus per item. Matter of fact, you really want to be at $30 because, of course, eBay takes out fees and all that good stuff. And then you might do promoted listings, to get your stuff seen more on eBay. And that's going to cut into your profit as well. So $30 is really where you want to be or above. But I kind of do $22 as well, $20 as well. I'll sell things that sell for $20. Got a potential sell for $20 because you can find a lot more of those things. But I'm looking for that 30 plus. I want to get to the day where I'm all $30 plus items. Then it's going to be gravy. You're going to want to make sure you always keep your buy costs as low as possible. For instance, with my card store, I sell 10 cents per card is what I buy the cards for. They'll sell, I got to list a lot of cards because cards sell for cheap. And I noticed some trends that cause cards to sell for more, which I'll talk about a little later. But on the low end, cards sell for about $1 per card. So 10 cents, selling it for $1 or more sometimes. Keeping the math simple, that's 10xing my money on that. I think that's 10xing. I'm not the best at math. 10 cents times 10. Let me check. Yeah, I checked it just to make sure I wasn't looking crazy on here. Yeah, 10 cents times 10 equals $1. So that's 10x in my money on the low end. I ain't gonna do the math for the rest of them. I'm gonna just be real with you. You can do your calculations on your calculator if you want to. On clothing items, I make sure I stay between $4 and $5 per clothing item. Sometimes Goodwill kind of hot, but I don't just go to Goodwill. When I go to other places, you can get them for cheaper a lot of times. You can get them even cheaper than that, and I'll talk about where a little bit later. But $4 to $5 per clothing item, that goes for my sports apparel type stuff. When it comes to hats, which is something I sell a lot of, I try to stay at about $2 by cost per hat. And your hats, they're going to go from, $10, $15, $12, $20. I've even sold hats for as much as $30 and $35. And if you get real lucky, you'll pay $2 for a hat. Or you might have to pay a little bit more sometimes for these higher price selling hats. I sold a Gucci hat one time for $100. So it just depends. I got one in my store right now for like $80 from the Beyonce Jay-Z On the Run tour. I think that was the On the Run tour. So it just depends on what you find. But I bought that one for $2. So hats have a big profit margin, profit potential if you find the right ones. And even the ones that's just like not selling for much, on average, they're gonna sell for about $12 a pop. 10 to 12 to $20 on a regular basis is what your hats. Most times that 10 to 12 range is what your hats gonna sell for, resell for, plus shipping. Because I don't do the free shipping, like I've said before, unless the item is over $50, then I might do free shipping. Your niche finds you by showing you what you sell the most of and the abundance of it you have in your area that sells for a decent profit margin where you want to be. Everybody's different, so everybody's going to have a certain amount they want to make. But like I say, to be safe, make sure you're buying items that sell from $20 to $30 a pop for the most part, if you can, or items that sell for less money that you can sell a lot more of, or that the profit margin is large on. Like with me with the hats, you're buying hats for $2, you're selling hats for $10, $15, $20, you're in a good spot on the amount of times you're Xing your money. Because if you buy a hat for $10, sell it for $10 on the low end, you just did a 5X on your money. You know what I'm saying? Multiplying it. Like I said, reselling is just like the stock market. It's just quicker. Or just like the crypto market. It's just quicker. You ain't got to wait months until the Bitcoin halving or the year after the Bitcoin halving within that to make your money grow and 10x your money, 5x your money, all that good stuff. I know I said that I sell different things. You may not think those things are related. From the niches that found me, the cards, the hats, the sports apparel, and the media. But what I found out was good, which is a video for another day that I will do, is good to separate those stores, those categories into different stores if you have things that don't really fit together in the same niche. Like I don't have my sports apparel and my trading cards in the same store anymore. Those are in separate stores. I have a separate store for sports apparel that just sells sports apparel, any clothing that deals with sports, from polos to college hoodies or college jackets and stuff like that. If you wear it to work out in, or if you would wear it to a game, it's in that sports apparel store. Of course, the hats that are sports hats are in that store as well. On the flip side, my cards, and I'm trying to get rid of my comics, but I still got comics in this particular store. They're all in the same store. My sports cards, my comic cards, and my other hats, because I separate hats into sports hats and non-sports hats, which in some of those you can have your Marvel hats or your cartoon hats, which ties in the cards as well. Sometimes, because I think about it, when I was a kid, I used to go into the stores, and back in the day, the sports card stores and the comic books were sold in the same place. And with that, you'll see t-shirts, that deal with clothing that deals with the particular comic books, and you would also see hats that deal with the particular comic books and all that kind of stuff. And I sell the plain hats in those stores too, because a plain hat, it's a plain hat. You can wear it with anything. So I feel like that kind of fits together. On the flip side, we have a store that's just specifically for media, which deals with the DVDs, which we sell a lot, in CDs. We got the old books in there from the Everything store. I don't recommend selling books because a lot of them don't sell for a lot. You got some that sell for decent money, but it's harder to find those and they take up a lot of space. And we have video games in there, and I've found that the cheaper video games are the ones that sell quicker if you got them priced right, but it's hard to make a lot off of those because at the thrift stores, they sell the video games for over $2, sometimes $3, especially at Goodwill. That's not a good place to buy your media because they be charging like $3, $2.92 per DVD, almost $3 for the video games or more. You want to buy your video games from other thrift stores that may not be charging all that. They may charge $2 a video game, or something like that on average, or even cheaper. But it's harder to find the video games. That's just what it is. So you want to stay away from the video games, you're going to do media. If media is what finds you, stay away from the video games. Stick with DVDs and CDs. I found that those sell a lot. But like I was saying, we got a separate store for our media as well. Let me tell y'all the logic behind what I just said. When you go into a regular store, stores do well, with the exception of Target and Walmart, when they focus on a niche. Like with the sports apparel store, I think about Dick's Sporting Goods. So anything Dick's Sporting Goods would sell clothing wise, I make sure I have it in that particular store. Or like an Academy clothing wise, I make sure I have it in that particular store. Except t-shirts, because t-shirts gonna sell for cheap unless they vintage. Then you got like stores like Half Price Books, which is what I think about with the media store. In your Half Price Books or your, different stores. I can't think, it's one out here in Atlanta that I used to go to a lot. They sell DVDs, old books, and video games all in the same store. I think about that because people go to that store for that specifically. And then I think about the card and comic shops from when I was a kid. And even now, now you see comic shops split up from card shops. But back in the day, it used to all be together, or it was all in the flea market, right next to each other. So I think about that with that. So I keep that stuff together because what that does is that gets you repeat buyers that know that this is what you sell. On eBay, they have the opportunity to subscribe to your store or love your store so that they get updates about when you put stuff in your store. And when that happens, they're going to always be checking, just like repeat customers go to the same store on a regular basis to get different things that they know that store is going to have. So when you have a store that's niched down, that gets you repeat customers. When you have a lot of the same type of thing, that gets you bulk orders where they're going to buy a lot of the same type of thing. For instance, I have a lot of cats that buy cards from me in bulk because I have different types of deals that I do and I give them a shipping discount. You can create these type of deals when you have a lot of the same thing in your niche in that store, and they know they can come to you for that. So that's very important to do because it creates repeat customers and it creates the opportunity for bigger bulk orders. It happens in each one of my stores. The media store, they'll buy multiple DVDs at once, maybe multiple books at once. The card store, they'll buy multiple cards. Hats, they'll buy multiple hats. The sports store, recently somebody bought multiple sports items anyway, of different types of sports items. But you see it a lot with them buying polos together and all that kind of stuff. That's why you want to niche down, so that they can buy a lot of the same things and so they can come to you on a regular basis. That's why you want to have the niche down stores. They don't want to have to look through a whole bunch of different type of crap, like in an everything store, to find the stuff that's the same. They want to keep seeing stuff that's the same. eBay also allows you to create bulk coupons with bulk discounts when they buy a certain amount of items. Like I know in the media store right now, I think I'm running a coupon that's buy 6, get 4 free. On the card store, they sell cards and comic books. So I got a deal going, buy 6 items, get 4 free. So they end up with 10, and I'll lower the shipping costs for them so they're not getting charged a separate shipping for each thing. You can put all that stuff together, refund them some of the money, or create a separate invoice for them to be able to buy it with the shipping costs altogether that is going to charge them. Those are definitely different videos and advanced type eBay stuff for another day. And we will get into that. But right now, you need to find your niche so you can benefit from creating those repeat customers and creating those bulk deals. Here's another thing. You don't want to be Walmart. I thought I wanted to be Walmart at first, but I don't want to be Walmart no more. And I learned that the hard way. But if you take the advice that I'm giving you and learn how to niche down as early as possible, after you sell those things around the house and your niche finds you and tells you what's selling the most, and you focus on that has the highest sell-through rate, at that point you'll do way better than what I did. Because when you don't do that and you keep buying a bunch of different stuff trying to be like Walmart, you're going to find slow sellers that's going to sit. And you got to try to figure out different ways and different techniques of how to get rid of those slow sellers. For us, it's books and shoes. I thought women's shoes was something that I wanted to do and sell a lot of early on, and that didn't quite work out. They sit, you know what I'm saying? People want to pay cheap for those, which is cool, because what we found we had to do to sell them more of them is lower the price way down to like thrift store prices and possibly get rid of them like that. With the books, you got to do those bulk deals, you know, where they can buy several and get some free, and then they'll move like that, but not quick. They're going to be sitting for a while. So please don't do that. Just focus on those things from when you sold things around your house that ended up selling a lot and that's in abundance in your area that has a good sell-through rate. And you're going to be good to go way sooner than we were. In closing, I know I've said this a lot, but I'm going to put a little different twist on it. The benefits to niching down on eBay or whatever platform you decide to sell on, because you can use this for the other ones as well, as I'm sure you well know. Creating returning customers, creating repeat customers, bulk orders, people who buy bulk orders from you. People buy my card lots a lot, and they buy them like thick card lots. You know what I'm saying? Buying multiple things. Quicker photo setup. When you're selling the same type of thing, it's going to be your listing's going to be quicker because it's going to be the same photo setup. You're not going to have to figure out how to take pictures of these different things. Like you got a blender, cards, a shirt, a car part, and all that. All that got to have a different type of background, a different photo setup. Also, your shipping is going to be quicker, which is important too, because shipping takes a while, especially when you start selling a lot of items, when you got to do like 20 items at once or 15 at once like I do or more. You know, you want to do that as quick as possible, because if not, you're going to be up in there a long time. When you got different types of items, they all require different types of packaging. One might require a box. One might require a poly bag. You know, you just never know. And different types of fillings to keep fragile things from breaking when they get to your customers. But if you got the same type of stuff, it's going to be quicker to be able to ship those things, which is beneficial to you. But, you know, I done held y'all long enough. We done came to the close of another video, you know, but I hope you really got something from it. Make sure you comment and let me know what you think about what I said, you know, what you can add, you know, things like that. If you have any questions for me in general, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and share this information. It's really going to help out. Help me get the watch hours and all that good stuff. I'm trying to get them watch hours. Once I get the watch hours and get monetized on various social media platforms like YouTube, I'm going to share with you how to do that as well, to use that as a form of income, flexible income as an entertainer that you can utilize to help take care of your family as well. I'm only there on Instagram, and I put like a little video about that up a while ago. I am monetized on Instagram now. Thank God for that, and thank you to everybody through the years that helped me get to that point. Trying to get monetized on TikTok and YouTube this year. I'm going to continue to do that. On TikTok, I need the followers. On YouTube, I need the watch hours. So going over to TikTok, follow Rifka. I think I'm Rifka777 there too. Of course, here, make sure you subscribe and watch the videos. That's going to help your boy out a lot. If you like what I said and got something from something that I said, since the only social media platform I'm currently monetized on is Instagram, you know, you can head on over to Instagram and click the GIF emoji on one of my reels. You know, follow me over there. You know, if you want to do like a gift over there, which is like a super chat on YouTube, when YouTube gives me the super chat option when I get to those watch hours, then you can do it on here. But currently, you can only do it on Instagram because that's the only one I'm monetized on. So I'd appreciate it. You know, it'll go towards me making more content for you and all that good stuff. Music videos, acting content, all that kind of stuff. You know, these type of videos, you know, it's a nice setup. You know, got to have some good stuff. And as we go through the years, the stuff going to get better and better and better. The next eBay video that I do for you is going to be entitled How to Find Items to Sell on eBay. I'm going to go over all the different places you can go to, different channels, different avenues, and all those good stuff for sourcing, which is finding items to sell on your store. You know, so make sure y'all tune in for that. Of course, between videos, I'm always going to put up, you know, various things I'm doing in the entertainment industry. So you can see what I'm doing real time. And also still got to feed the subscribers that subscribe to me from when I started the channel back in 2009 up until now, that follow for the different Rivka stuff that's going on, like the rapping and the acting and the podcast. I'm gonna be putting up podcast clips and all that good stuff too. If you want to see the full podcast when we put that up, because we'll be doing one tonight, matter of fact. You don't see the clips on this channel, but you see the full podcast on the 13th Tribe YouTube channel. So make sure y'all subscribe to that. I'll probably put the link down below for the 13th Tribe podcast if you want to see that. And definitely in the in the description of the clips that I put up on this channel of the podcast. But y'all be blessed. Remember, until next time, only what you do for Christ will last, and the righteous and faith increase abundantly. All right, y'all. Enjoy it. I'll let y'all next time.